Welcome back to the workshop. It's Jeff here from Stuff I Made, and I'm just going to give you a little update on the progress today. A little sneak peek on the style of the workshop right here. Okay, so what have I been doing? Well, first off, I'll show you. Well, I'll show you how the roof's looking now, and then I'll show you what I had to do to get there. Then we'll come back and we'll look at some of the electrical plans that I've got going on, and then I'll spend a little bit of time explaining the theme and the look and feel of the workshop, and some unique features maybe. So this is what the roof currently looks like. A quarter of it's been painted. All of the panelling's now on the roof. It's stapled on with the crown stapler, and all the electrics are in the roof. So I'm just creating all of the noggins. Every single noggin was a different length, so I had to measure every single one of about 150, and then cut them and pocket screw each one. A lot of them were a snug fit, so when I was attaching them to the roof I didn't need to use clamps, but occasionally if they were just a hair loose I was using clamps just like this to help attach them. So my joists are 600 on centres, and the panelling I've got was 1220, so I had to cut 20mm off each board. So here I'm just cutting down the insulation to fit. I had two sort of plans on how to fit it. One was to put the boards up and then roll it out, but I soon realised that that would be a problem later on, and it was probably quicker just to put the noggins in and then staple up a little bit of strapping. It's the first time I've done anything like insulating a roof space. This crown stapler is amazing. I use that crown stapler to staple up all the roof panels as well. So this is just some progress, and you can see I've got the Knorr insulation in half the roof. I'm just trimming a panel down, having cut out a section for a ceiling socket. And now I'm just making a cutout for a ceiling socket. There's 3 ceiling sockets. I'll cover some of what that's going to do in a little bit. And then the crown stapler, just for putting all the panels up, made it really quick. And then I'm doing all the electrics, so all the cabling's in the ceiling and out of the way, and running over to a corner where a consumer unit will be, which you'll see in another video. But just want to show you the process for every single socket going into breeze block. The problem with drilling into breeze block is the bit shifts, so you have to try and pilot it first with a small bit maybe. That worked for me anyway, so I'm using these Wago connectors to speed up the connection. All of this will get tested by an electrician, and then yeah, you've seen all this kind of stuff before. But so this is the one end of the workshop I'm trying to get complete, so that I can just progress in sort of quarters down the workshop and then work my way around. So that's one end of the garage done. This is the barn paint. Ben, a friend of mine, gave me a recommendation for this, and I tell you what, it's brilliant for breeze block. Bit of a mess at this end of the workshop right now, but you can see in that corner is my CNC area. Now some areas will be painted black and some will have wooden panels. That end section on the right will be a wooden panel, and a consumer unit will be in that corner, and then that far end will be a metal room. That area is the CNC. We'll come on to that in a minute. Sorry. So this is the state of the electric cable all through the roof, just running down into where the consumer unit's going to be, and then it's all running, well, like spaghetti junction over the top of the insulation in the loft. So this is a drop down for a 16 amp socket and a couple of double sockets. And then here, where I've run all the cables down, I've created a panel so that I don't have to have a load of trunking, and then just have those little, I don't know if you can see, but little corner trunking just popping out. These are the ceiling sockets for studio light above the bench, but also I've got a neat little trick coming into the middle socket where I'll have a rotating camera, so maybe get some interesting shots from that. And a pull down cord, and you can probably see the Alexa just there in the corner. A better view of it just there actually, and you can see I've 3D printed a little bracket to go into the ceiling to hide the cable. Just poke the rest of the cable up into there, and then you haven't got any dangling cable. This area, excuse the mess, is a CNC machine, and we'll go here and just on top of the lighting electrics, and you can see just there is the socket for some dust extraction. And then if I just zoom in underneath, you can see That's the port there, which will go down a magnet to the CNC table. That area is going to be the metal room. I mentioned that earlier. I was jumping ahead. So I'm going to be building a wall there, but that'll be a whole nother video. If you're enjoying the content and you want to see more of how the workshop progresses, drop me a like, subscribe, and if you could be so kind as to add a comment on what you're thinking of the theme, that would be great, because that would really help out the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you soon. I'll be spending more time in the workshop for the next few months, at the very least, as I'm going to focus on the YouTube channel for a while. Okay, I'll see you soon.